So, Erica, yeah, what had happened was, I got to experience, I can't tell it all, but, I got to experience a full circle moment in life that some people, all people, most of the time you have family, you would experience it, depending on the structure and the dynamics of your family, right? But it's the first time I've really like experienced this. So shout out to Nika, my homegirl in Colombia, known her since college. I want to say 2007. That's a long time. How long we known? That's almost another 20-year relationship, isn't it?
Yeah,
creeping right up there. Yeah, don't do it. I'm old. I was like, dang, I forgot to take my high blood pressure medication. Jesus. Nah, her daughter, shout out to Braylon, she just graduated high school. And it was a full circle moment. Just went up there to she had a drop-in cookout, and I was just overwhelmed internally with emotion. Like just seeing her mom, her brother. I haven't seen them in years because when I moved to Virginia, I didn't really come back down south like that. But to see Braylon as a young adult, like mind you, I met her mom before she was even pregnant with her.
Exactly.
So I got to see her through the pregnancy, being a baby, changing diapers, watching with her, playing with her. Yeah. I even remember pivotal moments in our friendship to where Nika had me cracking up because I'm such a goofball. She was like, when I told her what my major was, she asked me like maybe like a year after we met, she was like, your major's elementary education? People gonna let you teach their kids? Excuse me? Excuse me? What the hell does that mean, right? But now I remember, she was having like, I don't want to say issues or struggles, but like feeding was a thing. She was like, oh my gosh, like I always have to feed her, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she's at the age now where she's in discovery. I was like, you need to let her feed herself. She's like, but then I got to clean it up. I was like, aren't you cleaning up anyway? And I was like, eventually she's got to learn. I was like, you just have to come up with a new process or whatnot. But I was like, it's important to let her discover these things. And I remember she sent me a picture. I have it somewhere. She sent me the picture the first time. She said, all right, taking your advice, and went much better than I thought. And there was a picture of her just eating the first time her little toes out. Oh, my God. And just to see her graduate high school, I was like, wow, yo. Like, I literally have known you since you were in your mom's womb. And now I understand how, like, my mom's friends see me when they see me. And it's kind of like, the difference is, though, most of my mom's friends saw me when I was like a kid. Like they didn't have the opportunity to see me as a teenager because I left. I was in Philadelphia, right? So I didn't really grow up with them. But like at least with Braylon and her brother, Buddy, I seen them throughout the years. Like I seen them as kids, and I seen them when they've gotten older a few times and hung out with them. So they remember me. I wish I could have been around more, but the fact that they remember me, and they made sure to tell their mom, I was like, Uncle Robbie coming, and I was like, oh. So it was just. Man, like I'm like, yo, you were a baby, yo. Like, like I have pictures and videos of them of just baby talking and doing all kind of stuff, man. It was just a very beautiful full circle moment. And I came back last night, and then my wonderful co-host was like, yeah, I can record. I was like, when I saw that time, I almost texted you back and said PM.
Well,
this isn't late though.
When I sent it, I was like, does he think I'm saying tomorrow night?
No.
When you said, yeah, it sounds good. I was like, should I have clarified? But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an early riser.
No, this isn't early. And actually it was fine. I was supposed to leave there. I told myself I was going to leave between 6 and 7 because I got there at like 3.
Oh, you can't.
I couldn't, man. Like, I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to see everyone all together again.
Exactly.
So.
Make the most of it.
Yeah, I made the most of it and definitely left like 8:30-ish almost. Not a long drive, but, you know, had to do the things, man. So, yeah. I guess I need to intro the show.
Oh, you so right.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rob. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that part yet. How y'all doing out there? You feeling all right? Are you doing okay? It's early and this is different, y'all. But what's going on, man? Hope y'all doing all right. Hope you're feeling okay. Hope you've been taking care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially. Hope you've already downloaded the Alive podcast app. Have you downloaded it? The link will be in the description. Go ahead and download it. You know what I'm saying? We are signed. And now we are a part of the Alive Podcast Network. Just wanted to put that out there. We're going to get into a couple things today, y'all. So just relax your mind, mellow out, and prepare for a great show. So we're not on our normal recording schedule, ladies and gentlemen. So there are no headlines. Hectic week, because I'm not going to be here on our normal recording day this week. So we're recording ahead of schedule. Yeah. Ericca. Oh, wait, hold on. How am I introducing? Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Rob, host of From My Experience podcast, back with another episode. I'm not alone. I have the co-hostess with the mostest, Ericca. What is going on?
Hello. I just finished drinking 20 ounces of coffee. Feel great.
What?
Look at it. Yeah.
That's a lot of coffee.
It's not that much. I've been up since 7 a.m. I've been drinking my water, everything. I went to my cycling class this morning.
Cycling?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cycle. Okay, so on Saturdays, I do a class, and it's from 10:15 to 11:15. So it's a whole hour. Just running on the bike. You don't sit down at all. You just up on the bike. You doing choreography, everything. I be fighting for my life. Done.
I'm fighting for my life listening to you.
Yeah. Sundays, it's 45 minutes, but it's at 8 in the morning. So I'm up and I'm ready, and it sets my day. Apple Watch is on because I will close all 3 of my rings today. So I've already closed 2 of them. I just have to do my standing for 8 hours.
Oof. Yeah, you have fun with that. I may close a ring today. I might go for a walk. I don't know. Depends on how much gaming I decide to do and other stuff. Yeah, it really depends. I'm trying to find something. Oh, I got a shout out to my guy, Yoshi. Saw him at the Shindig as well, as those are his, that's his daughter, Braylon, right? And I want to shout out his podcast called Relationship Status. Y'all go check them out. He has a podcast studio down in Florence, South Carolina. We had a great conversation talking about podcasts and chopping it up. So we're definitely going to collab. So I want to definitely make sure I give them a shout out, man. Go listen to them. Check them out. That is Crux Media Group. So check them out, man. Y'all know I always show love on this show. I had, before we get into the topics, which I needed to find in my text message, because I'm off, y'all. Like, I'm up, but, like, I didn't go to sleep until, like, 3 o'clock. I don't know why I have not been... Well, I know why I haven't been able to sleep lately. I know why I haven't been able to sleep. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. Not a bad thing, but just stuff. But...
Mind racing.
I had an old... I had an old man moment, and I almost let technology win. So, I have a gimbal, and those of you who know what a gimbal is, like, you mount your phone on it, and it's a stabilizer for your phone. So, it's like a super powered selfie stick, if you will, but much more than that. It has AI face tracking and stuff like that. So you can hold it in your hand and walk around wherever you move your arm or anything like that. Your camera stays focused on your face. So I saw a competing product, and theirs was dope because it has a remote, and the remote has a screen on it, so you're able to use your backside camera. because you know the backside camera is better. Is better, right? I mean, now front cameras have come a long way. Like, and again, my old person moment kicked in last night. I realized I could do 1080p 60 frames on my front camera. I also realized I could do 4K 60 frames. I don't do a lot of 4K content because it's everyone can't watch it and it takes up more space. But I like the other one. I was upset because I was like, dang, I should have got that one. I could have used the back camera. There's a screen. So you hop in the comments to see what people say, right? And I saw mad comments was like, why would I buy this? I can do that. I have a gimbal. I can use my Apple Watch. And I was like, wait. I completely forgot that you can operate the camera on your phone from your Apple Watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can also record, which is if you want to catch somebody doing some stuff, leave your phone in the room and then record. But anyway, so I'm up at like 1:30 in the morning.
The walkie-talkie thing on your Apple Watch? Yeah.
Walkie-talkie?
Yeah, there's a walkie-talkie app where you can leave one of your like devices, one of your Apple Watches in a room, walk out and see if they talking about you. But yeah, you could do walkie-talkie.
I'm gonna do that.
It's on the new, it's like, it was on one of the newest updates. Yeah.
I need to start reading update notes. So I'm in the bed. I'm like setting my camera up. Then I'm on there. Then I found out you can mirror your Apple Watch screen on your phone, which I don't know why you want to do that, but you can. But anyway, I was like, oh shoot, I can really use my back camera now because all I gotta do is use my watch to make sure I'm standing in frame and I can just start the recording. I had no idea. I mean, well, I didn't know. I knew I could do that, but I forgot because it was so long ago. It's a function and feature I never used. I've never needed to use it, so I forgot about it. So I had an old man moment. Definitely had an old man moment. But that's why it's important to keep up with technology, ladies and gentlemen.
And they don't be telling you.
No.
They don't really be telling you this when they come out with stuff. You got to go research to find someone who's going to do everything in one day.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I feel like, and maybe they do this, maybe I'm just ignorant, but I feel like when companies come out with updates and you're going to add these new features and functions, it would be dope if like on their social media channels or even YouTube, y'all put out a video showcasing, here's a new update. Here's what you'll be able to do with the new update. Like I find it from other creatives, but it's typically kind of vague and it's like, like do like a how-to. Like it's not that difficult, but maybe I'm old. All right, we'll get into who texted me. I took 0 pictures yesterday.
Oh my gosh. That's bad.
Don't do that.
Well, maybe it's posted on the Book of Faces and you keep some pictures.
Well, I didn't take a lot of pictures because, one, you know, I'm from the era of just be out there enjoying the experience. But two, like everybody doesn't want to be on social media and everyone doesn't want to be on your social media. So I did want to take a bunch of pictures, but instinctively that's not my go-to. Just because I know how people feel about that.
But it's not even to post, just to keep in like a scrapbook. I don't post on social media, but I take some pictures. Yeah, sorry, y'all. You ain't never gonna see what I look like until we get some camera up in here. But
I'll be damned.
But like, I do some scrapbooking.
Yo, I just thought about that. People don't know what you look like for real.
Yeah.
Oh, and when they find out.
And it's funny because when people are just like, oh, what's your Instagram? Da, da, da. I give them my Instagram. They're like, you have 0 posts. I'm like, I know. And my profile picture is me at like, what, 21? I don't look like that now.
You sure?
Yeah, that was when I had a wig on. I got a wig installed for my graduation.
All right, we're going to get into the first topic. Yo, saying you had a wig installed, I don't like when y'all say that. But I get it because it is an install, but it just sounds like heavy maintenance. Like
the way that I also had catfish my own dad, like he legit was like, oh, you got your hair straight and check you out. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen your hair out in years. And I said, what you thought this was? And peeled it back. I said, this is a wig, brother. But I legit got the same exact hairstyle, the same length, everything as my regular, like my natural hair. But I was like, who gonna be flat ironing that every day? Not me.
hair, we ain't gonna have the conversation today, y'all, but those of you with hair know. I grew my hair a year and a half ago. I'm done. I did it. The end. I can't do it. Them extra 15, 20 minutes in the morning to make sure it's right, only for it to last, for me anyway, only for it to last for maybe the first 2 hours of my day, I'm good. All these extra products and brushes and sponges, I'm good. Cut this joint off. Let me grab my wave brush, brush it. My waves will be back soon. But anyway, all right.
Braid me up every time.
All right, y'all. We probably just gonna hit one topic. I have 3, but now we're gonna hit 2. Do you have any plans for the summer? Topic number 1. Do you have any special, specific summer plans?
Yes. So I'm doing a road trip with my mom in July.
Where we going?
We're going to North Carolina. We're going to Charlotte. And
Nice.
she had to go to like a conference and everything. But I told her, I said, girl, I already sent out the email for PTO. I'm rolling with you. And I said, that was nothing but words. So we're going to be down in Charlotte for a week, which I'm really excited for because we're driving my car down there. And my car has it has never driven south other than Richmond. And the farthest north it has ever gone was Maryland. So I'm like, yeah, of course. I said, we driving my car. We're going to get me a good oil change, some new tires, fix my little car up. We going to drive down to North Carolina. I said, I love this. She's
New tires. You need tires now?
Oh, I've been needed some tires.
Yo.
But it's not like they're bald. It's safe. It's safe because I keep passing my inspection. But every time I do my inspection, he look at them. He be rolling them, patting them. And I'm just like, yeah, brother, I know. By next January, I get some new tires. Dang.
Go ahead and start saving them mofos. Woo,
but my tires, they're only like 16 inches. They're small. So it's like they're not going to be too much. I don't think.
Man.
I don't think. Yeah.
So what do you drive?
A Nissan Kicks. Old one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a little thing.
Go ahead and start looking for coupons, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I think you and me have the same size tires, and I mean it ain't. It's
like around like 200-300, maybe
for all 4.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. But
yeah.
Yeah, do that and make sure always, anyone out there with a car, whenever you get an oil change, get your tires rotated because that's like when you see like, oh, this tire should last for 50,000 miles, blah, blah, blah. That's if you are maintaining the tires, meaning that you're rotating them, you're getting them balanced with your oil changes so that you're not putting the same pressure and wear and tear on the same spot on each tire all the time. You got to rotate them to keep them fresh, so you can get all the mileage out of them, for sure. Because if you don't do that, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and I said they repaved the street, in front of my apartment, and mind you, we got speed bumps, and they're huge speed bumps, right? They're huge.
I hate those.
And then all throughout the neighborhood. Oh my God, they repaved that road on Friday. They didn't paint the speed bumps.
So your undercarriage got scrapes.
Oh my God. So I hit that speed bump 3 times yesterday because I was legit, and it's not like I'm flying through the neighborhood. I'm legit driving, and I'm just like, just in my thoughts, I'm just I'm like, dang. Before I could even recover, I hit the next one. I'm just like, dang. I'm just like, are you guys gonna paint them? How are you gonna repave it on Friday and just not come back and paint them yellow? And so then I come back from my cycling class, and I'm just like, okay, where's that speed? I was like, dang it! I was like, all right. I said,
you were looking for the speed bump, and you still hit it.
I hit it.
It's stealth. Wow.
And I said, if I hit it for a 4th time, I said, something will drop from my car. I don't know what, but something will drop because I hit it 3 times. And I was like, ridiculous. So I have a road trip with my mom in July. June, I don't know what, but I did tell my whole family, I said, I will be showing up to, and we have our family reunion in July as well.
Oh, me too.
So I'm happy for that because it's the family reunion, boom, and then me and my mama going on a girls' road trip and everything. And then in August, it's my birthday. I'm going to be 25. I'm like, dang.
Wow.
So
25. I don't even know what I was doing when I was 25. Go ahead.
yeah, so I was
Wow.
like, I'm gonna do my little PTO notice and everything. I'm gonna take probably like a whole week off. Still don't know exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I know I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some drinks, and it's gonna be a good night. I might be on U Street. I don't know yet,
Oh my God. Don't tell these
but
weirdos out here in the universe where you gonna be at.
they don't know what day.
That's true.
Don't know
Okay.
what day? Yeah, and you come up talking to me, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
Okay. Hi, Erica. I'm a huge fan. Ah! Get us kicked off the network. Jeez.
I'm gonna scream.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
scream, but I know basically I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, I want to do something. Just don't know. Hopefully, probably keep it low key. Maybe do like a weekend getaway. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I even told my parents. I said I will get one thing that I do want to get this year or this summer. I want to get some grills. I do, and I'm trying to get
For
them
your
before.
toofus?
I'm trying to get them before my family reunion, and I have been trying to convince my parents to get them. My mom's like, no, no, and my dad, he's like, no. He said, no, I ain't doing it. So I told my brother, he said, sign me up, we gonna do it. So hopefully we get them before Juneteenth, but if not, as long as we get them before that family reunion, because we have to wear like these family t-shirts.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay, yeah, I put that t-shirt on, and then I'm gonna be front row with my grills on too. Make it look real interesting in that family photo.
It is so funny that grills are still such a thing. I actually want one too. I don't know. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy one anytime soon. Cause I'm like at this clip in my life, I'm like, well, where do you actually go to where you would want to wear one, or like how
You
much
would go to
use will that go?
homecoming. You wear them when you go to homecoming. Yeah.
You want me to buy
Yeah.
grills to wear once a year?
No, not to wear just once a year, but when you step out, yeah. Like me, because that's what my parents were like, when you gonna wear them? I said, anytime I step out and it's like a Friday or a Saturday, I'm gonna pop them things in. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I may do that. I
Yeah.
may.
I think because if you go to homecoming every year, I mean, you might as well. You might as well.
Oh my gosh.
And
I gotta
any
take care of a
family
lot of
pictures.
other things first, but
Any family
it may
pictures, you
happen.
yeah. I'm gonna be like that.
Not the pinkies at the corner of the
Like,
mouth.
I'm gonna be like this. I was like,
Oh, you getting
It's
the
just-
super grill.
No, I'm getting fronts and bottoms, but it's gonna be canines, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm gonna be
Yo.
front row next to like the little little cousins, the little baby cousins with the silver teeth in their mouth. I'll be like this.
Wow, with them. Yo, mouth jewelry. The things we love as people.
Yeah. And I've always wanted grills. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until I'm older and I could get some grills. So that's also why I was like, I need to have them before my birthday. Absolutely. Because I'm wearing them that entire weekend. I'm wearing them. Yeah.
Enjoy your grills.
I can't wait. I gotta go all the way out to Baltimore to get them, but I can't wait.
And yeah, you have fun with that. What you got any other
Yeah.
summer plans?
I think that's really it for the most part. I wanted to go down to the beach at some point this summer, but I don't know if that's gonna be in the cards or not. But yeah, just that. And also I kind of wanted to do with my friends, like almost like a field day or like a cookout. Because it's like we need to figure out who's gonna be the one that's gonna be grilling in the future,
Yeah.
who's gonna be doing the sides, so I kind of want to do that, like have like my friend, like she has her boyfriend and his friends and everything, and they're all turning 30, and I'm just like, okay, can we do like a cookout at one place or
Y'all
at
should
like
do
a
that.
park? Yeah, I'm like, that would be fun.
Y'all should do that.
Yeah.
It's definitely great to create those types of healthy habits when you're younger before
It gets difficult.
Yeah, before it gets difficult, and then when you do it before it gets difficult, it becomes a part of your life. So you're consciously aware of it. So when you start pulling in other things into your life, you preserve space for it in advance because it's already a part of your life. Because I'm trying to do that now. Like,
Yeah.
I got to text Carl and my boy Colin to see, because we went out last month in Columbia and we're going to go out again. I was like, yo, we need to do this at a minimum once a month. Like, y'all both live here. I'm only an hour and some change away. Like, we can just plan it and I'll just come up. We can do whatever we do. And then I can just ride back home or stay with one of y'all or something like that. But yeah, we waited till it was difficult, and I get tired of my friends. Not in a bad way, but like it sucks to hear your friends say, "Man, I don't go out, I don't do anything," and it's like, yeah, because you don't went out and created this life for yourself, but you never carved out space for you to do those types of things like we did in college. And you miss it real bad because in college, oh my god, college, man, I ain't gonna go there. All right.
I miss having my friends all in like the same like mile radius.
What? Oh. I said to myself, like, in a dream, I was like, it'd be dope if I could, like, create, like, a place. I almost
a
have,
compound?
That, or I have, like, an Abbott Elementary fantasy where it's like, yo, it'd be dope if, like, I could work at the school, but everyone was people I went to college with that I'm cool with. That would be, like, dude, that would be so perfect. But, all right, summer plans, because we're ranting. I'm ranting, rather. My list is short. So family reunion is definitely in July. So I'm going to definitely enjoy that. There's a slight possibility I may be moving. When does summer end?
I always say it ends at my birthday because
absolutely not moving.
It usually ends like August. Officially I think August, but it's really September 21st. Or Labor Day weekend is when people are just like, it's the end of summer. Labor Day weekend.
That could be a possibility then.
Yeah. It's always September.
September, October-ish, I'm probably going to be moving. And I've been getting actually some really good confirmation on the area that I selected. Y'all stay tuned for that. What else am I doing this summer? I definitely want to see more people. Like, I definitely want to take time to, like, go see my friends in Charlotte, go see my friends down in the OB, Orangeburg, definitely in Columbia. And if I can squeeze it in the budget, which I probably can't. Well, you know what? I can take like a staycation somewhere. Like, I'm going to go somewhere because I use, this is not an ad, but I have a Marriott Bonvoy card. Those of you who don't have it, when you use it for gas and groceries, you get points and you can redeem those points for hotel stays. And I promise you, it adds up. I have like almost 30,000 points. Like, I can stay like 2 or 3 nights somewhere and not pay a penny. So I'm like, I'm going to use that as well to do that. But I'm also going to take advantage of the heat and make sure I get outside, get some vitamin D, and just exercise. I like the fact that I'm losing weight because of healthy habits and not so healthy habits I need to work on. But I want to go ahead and sculpt this body of mine because I'm like, hey, bruh, you're going to be 41 this year.
You could be on a boat.
Yeah, and it ain't getting easier to get this weight off and stay in shape. It's getting tougher. So I'm like, you better take, while you're still healthy and you can move and not have to worry about any severe ailments, like, take advantage of that and take care of yourself physically. That's really all I got planned for the summer. But I do know that when I move, it's going to be the Atlanta area regardless. When I move, I'm definitely going to be outside. My big focus, wow, we ain't even talking about this, but I'm going to skip. Next year, I definitely want to do more like conferences and stuff like that for gaming, for podcasting. Like, again, just diving deeper into the things that I'm passionate about and the things that I love and just living more. But, you know, got to work towards that. My watermelon looks so good over here. Okay. We just got one more topic. I'll save the other topic for another time. Ericca, what does an ideal lifestyle look like for you? Like your
oh my god,
like your day-to-day life for the foreseeable future. I'm interested to hear this from you because this is not, mine has shifted from when I was your age. Like, when I was your age, I was thinking wife, kids, house, just a daily life. We wake up, we go to work, we have family, like that kind of stuff. But at 40 with no girlfriend and no wife,
I'll be damned.
Things have changed quite a bit. No, it's definitely okay. Yeah. It's definitely okay. But I have new ideas now. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say about that. An ideal.
That's interesting because you be seeing my rants about work and everything else, and also shout out to my parents because every time that I see an email come in, they get a phone call from me, and it's me ranting. And I was just talking to them about it yesterday too. I said, "What? I need $1 billion idea so I can quit this corporate life." But my ideal lifestyle, hopefully, I'll just say it into existence. Is yes, while granted, I would love like the whole like marriage, kids, house, happy life, da 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 da. However, I think mine is really being one, living comfortably. Um, Granted, it may not be wealthy, but comfortable and having cushion and having the ability to take a week off here and there. Ideally, I would love to not work 9 to 5. I would love to not work 9 to 5. I would love to be away from an office setting. I feel like that is one of the biggest wastes of my time. Is being hunkered down, sitting at a desk for 8, 9 hours out of your day where you're so exhausted you can't do anything when you come home. I would love to maybe not run my own business, but maybe have something that allows me to be creative and pays the bills and feels more like a passion rather than work. And kind of just letting that speak for itself. I would love that. Like, sometimes I do think of influencer culture and I think about that and I'm just like, granted, yes, that would be nice and that would be like ideal because you get to wake up and do whatever you want throughout your day. However, I'm a very private, I guess, person where there's a lot that you have to give out in order to see that turnaround. And so many people like that, all up in your business like that.
Yeah.
I said, and also putting a camera up every 5 seconds of your day and documenting it.
Yeah.
I feel like that just already feels like work. And then you also see them talk about like how they didn't record like this like girls' dinner or things like that because they just want to have something to hold on to themselves. I'm like, yeah, like you're constantly living under 24-hour surveillance that you put yourself under. So definitely not that. But if I could have like that, if I could have wealth without being known, that would be fantastic, actually, because I don't really care to be known. I just want to have the money.
Yeah, same. I think for you, that opportunity is far greater than it was for me just because of exposure and just the new emerging economy. And then, I mean, of course, I'm going to share a bunch of stuff with you. But what else? Okay, that's the work side. But like, what about your actual life? Like, what does a day look like? What does a vacation look like? What is
a vacation looks like a vacation honestly looks like traveling the world. I want to travel so bad. Like my cousin, she's going on like some crazy 2-week cruise by herself, everything all around across like Europe. And like when she said that, I said, that's what I want to do. Like that is exactly what I want to do. Granted, maybe not solo because I maybe not solo, but that is exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to pick up and go when I feel like it. Especially because it's like you want to give yourself that break from the regular normal day-to-day. My day-to-day, ideally, I would love to be able to sleep in until maybe like 7-8 o'clock. Because, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yo, saying 7-8 o'clock is sleeping in is I know a lot of people like, what? I'm with you with that, though. So
yeah, because it's like I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And granted, it's nice and all, but it's usually because I'm running to do something. So I'm always on a wake up and go mentality. But I would love to be up at like 7-8 in the morning. No rush, no chaos, no stress. I would love to be able to like have slow mornings where it's like I get up, I may go to a fitness class, I get a coffee, I come back, I get myself ready for the day, and I'm usually on a balcony, I'm reading, working on myself, and then I'm just like lollygagging. I would love to just lollygag for a day. Just for like, I was like, sometimes I have to take PTO just to lollygag. Like running errands, that is my favorite type of day. Where it's like,
yes.
like like some sweats or something, and you go into the store, and it's like, oh, I'm going to the store. I may want to go into the mall. I may want at the movies. I may, you know what I mean? I was like, just enjoying the day and just not having a set plan or a set schedule of it, but just being able to just go freely. I was like, that's ideally what I would love to do. And that's why I said I see like videos of like influencers and that's what they do. However, I just don't feel like setting up a camera to in order to get to that point.
Yes, you do.
And I was like, hey guys, come with me to like so and so. Every 5 minutes, it's like, dang. But yeah, I would love to just have a day of lollygag. That is my ideal lifestyle. Lollygag, come home, cook something because you know I do like to cook, but cook and just enjoy. Not because I feel like I have to, and not to feel like a rush of urgency or being set and tied to a schedule.
I think what you just said is what a large amount of people actually want. I agree with you. I think personally, if God willing, I think within the next, maybe the next 2 to 3 years, I'll be living most of my ideal lifestyle because some of the pieces I'm putting together now and the work I'm doing now is going to come to that. Like I've been talking with my mentor, shout out to Corwyn J Melette, broker owner, Exit Realty Lowcountry Group. If you are in the Lowcountry area, that is Charleston, South Carolina, Somerville, Goose Creek, Monk's Corner, all the islands down there, and even Columbia, hit up Corwyn J Melette. Corwyn at corwynmelette.com is his email. His information will be in the bio. That's my mentor. And that is someone I've always been talking to, and he's been one person who's really poured into me about like investing, and he's got some stuff coming, and I'm definitely going to be a part of that, and that's going to be one of those things that helps me get closer to not needing or depending on a 9 to 5 or not needing a 9 to 5 that is as demanding. Because when you can supplement your income, you don't have to get these high income 9 to 5s that are going to demand so much of you that by the time you get off, you're ready to pass out. Like it may even be, well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. I was about to say maybe even go back to teaching and do both, but nah. But this podcast and the way I be talking on here, I need my podcast to be public. That was the biggest conflict I had. I was like, I'd be talking on here too crazy to be a teacher. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Ideally too, I want us to transition in this country to a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
And I don't mean we work in 40 hours in 4 days, 4 tens. I'm talking about 4 eights. Like,
yeah.
I think it can be done because we just have we overproduce and we have an overabundance. And I'm like, a lot of times when you really break down what someone does in a day or in a week, you don't need 40 hours to do it. That's just honest. That's just being honest. Like, no one's going to give you 8 hours of work every day.
They do it in Iceland. Is it Iceland or Switzerland? One of the countries over there. They are so happy because they work 4-day work weeks, mandatory month of vacation, like maternity leave, paternity leave, all of it. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Half the day is me just sitting here waiting on an email to come in.
Yeah, and I understand that it'll be like an economy shift, an adjustment, like business will shift, business will change, but the entire workforce will be happy. Like, do you know how much more money is going to pour into the economy when people don't have to work on a Friday? How many more people are going to go on vacation? How much more rest people are getting?
Go to the movies. They're going to shop. They're going to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's pros and cons to it, but just people, and it's funny too, because I read a study about it, and it said people take off less time because you're not working as hard. You don't feel the need to because you got a 3-day weekend. You can do so much more. Like, that day matters because honestly, the weekend only feels good to me. The weekend only feels good on Saturday because by maybe 1 to 2 o'clock Sunday, you're already thinking about work Monday. And it's like, I didn't work today, but I gotta work. But to have that Friday, knowing you can be irresponsible going into Saturday and having that Saturday, I think would be dope. But there's that. I definitely would love to continue working in the world of podcasting, whether I become, a producer on the side or just continue to help people build their podcasts and stuff like that. Definitely doing more in the world of podcasting, definitely doing more in the world of gaming. And much like you, like what you were describing is, I mean, you're going to have your own business. I mean, you might as well you might as well get an LLC, honestly. But because what you describe is like contract work, which is what I'm going to be doing. Like I'm basically taking my skills and talents that I have, and I'm just working with people. I'm not soliciting business necessarily, but I'm kind of looking and saying, well, kind of, sort of, because it's like, hey, what you doing over here? Okay, I have this skill set. You need someone to do this? All right, cool. Let's work together on this. Doing it enough to supplement income. But I definitely just want to at least travel once a quarter. Ideal lifestyle. I would love to travel once a quarter. It doesn't have to be a super huge vacation. It could be a week, could be 3 days. I would love to do that.
3-4 times a year.
Yes.
Just to get away, break up the regular.
2 of them would have to be because I want to start going to these national parks. I really want to get more into like camping and hunting. Sorry if you're offended by that, but I do want to get into like camping and hunting, and maybe more ethical hunting for like maybe like invasive species, kind of like those. I think it's in Texas. They have those hogs or wild boars that like kill farms, and you like fly on a helicopter and shoot them.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll be damned.
Stuff like that, man. I just want to be able to go
Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, because you watched oh my gosh. It's a TV show. It is a TV show where they're in Florida and they kill the invasive creatures down there. Whether it be gators, the snakes because of the Hurricane Katrina and all the invasive creatures basically. So yeah.
Yeah.
Go down to Florida. Go down south. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that, man. And that sounds like an ideal life. And Lord willing, if I have a family, I would definitely love to be able to do those things with them as well. And just have like a peaceful home. Like definitely have like some set family traditions, like, a few times, because I know how I grew up, and forcing family dinner. Maybe at least family dinner at least
Sunday.
No, it's gonna be more than that. Maybe like 4 times, at least maybe like 4 times a week or something like that. But this is more so when the kids get older and they start like doing their own thing. Cause my dad let me do that. Like he let me like eat my room and stuff like that and watch TV. Like he let me develop my life. But that kind of stuff, I really like, one big important thing for me is, cause I'm a homebody at heart, even though I want to go out and do these things, the house has to be a sanctuary. Like I don't want. Like I've already decided I'm going to get a custom, either a sign or a rug or format. Like people aren't going to be allowed to have arguments in my house or raise their voice. Like anybody, like I'm gonna let people know when they come visit me. Yeah, like if you need to argue or fuss or yell at someone, you need to go outside. I don't even want that energy in my home. This is my sanctuary. This is where I'm going to spend most of my time. This is where I'm going to be doing most of my work. This place needs to be protected. Need a nice yard. I want to have spaces set up for just relaxation to let the creative juices flow. And I just want it to be a safe haven. But yeah, and eating really good food. I definitely want to elevate my dining experience and try new things globally. But even locally, like I would love like to be able to walk in a restaurant and know the people by name, because I come there 2 or 3 times a week because the food is so good, but I can afford it because good gosh. I got hit with a harsh reality. That's it for that question. But I got hit with a harsh reality because on what was this holiday that just passed?
Memorial Day.
I bought steaks for the grill.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah, they were delicious. I cooked them on the griddle, Blackstone griddle. Worked out very well. And then it made me think about what you pay at a restaurant versus what you pay in the store, because I got 2 big old T-bone steaks. Yes, I got like 2 big T-bones, and I paid like $25, $30. And I'm like, yo, had I gone to a restaurant, I'd have paid $30 for the one.
Everything a la carte.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was like, and I just cooked this myself, and I mean, I ain't do nothing fancy. It was just salt, pepper, and garlic powder, onion powder, like your basic seasoning, but it came out so good and tender and juicy. But I digress. That's what the lifestyle looks like for me. Definitely barbecuing and smoking meat too. I want to learn how to do that because I love barbecued and smoked meats. But I would love just daily comfort, daily peace, and control over my schedule. And I mean, the only way you can have that is if you work for yourself and if you contract. But I think there's a happy medium that can be found, but you just got to build that foundation. And I'm going to be tapping in with you, Ericca, about that. Like, I want that for you, and I want you to have that much sooner than I. much sooner. Like, you know, even if, I mean, who knows? It could happen because you have a large skill set, and I know people who need people. So I'm gonna keep tapping my resources to see where I can get you to fit in at, because the more you do those things, the more you start to say, oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. Oh, I can do this. Once you find that, yeah, you in there.
Yeah, I love that. And the last one I thought about, I want to live on a compound so bad with my family. Like we talked and we joke about it like years ago, but every year since then, like they've been talking about it since we were like kids, because you know, for my mom, like she's always lived with like growing up, she had like her grandma in the house, like different family members lived with them, things like that growing up. And I'm like, for me, oh my gosh, because it doesn't matter if I move out or not. I see my parents every weekend, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I make a point to go over there to, one, look in their face. I call them constantly. Two, I raid their cabinets, their pantry, everything.
Why you rate? Go ahead.
I'm their child. I'm their child. And I do it, but I always think about it, and I'm just like, I would love, like, I mean, my mom and I talk about, I would love for us to have land. And I would love for their house to be the main house that we go and we gather, but everyone has their own house basically spread out. My brother has his house, I have mine, my grandparents for my mom, my grandparents for my dad. Like everyone is together, where it makes it easier to like, one, host and have like different events, but also have like the scheduled like sit down family dinners, but also you're able to be free, go do your own thing, this and that. But it's nothing but family as your neighbors. I would like, oh my god.
What part
of
the country?
I don't know, but I would love it, because I was like, I love that. I said my mom, she'd have her garden that she's always wanted, that she had a garden growing up when she was a kid. Like she'll have her garden. My grandma has her garden. We finally get some farm animals, because my grandma, you know, she was raised on a farm. She was raised on a farm, and I've always thought about it. I said, I would love to have some farm animals, because I'm like, especially like they're big on eating what you like make and basically growing and everything like that. They love planting. They love being able to like get their own like lettuce, basil, things like that. Farmers markets were like really big for them. So I'm like, I would love that if we had some farm animals in the back, but we all live together. And it's like, I can just go to the main house, the main hub, and it's my parents' house. I can take a little walk in the back, get my little herbs, get everything, come back to my house, and it'd just be nice. I would love to have a compound.
You know, is that something you'd be open to doing with friends?
I would be open to doing it with friends too. But I think compound living, I feel like that'd be really great community wise.
Yeah.
And I feel like that'd be really good if we're all pouring into like the same things. Yeah.
Yeah. See that? So, and the reason I say friends is because like we all have families.
Yeah.
We love our families.
But sometimes it's too much.
Well, one is too much, but I mean, just mindset. Like you have, like you are probably maybe in my life, you're probably only the fourth person. Carl said he'd do it. My cousin Antoine brought it up to me. Maybe there's another. You're the third person off the top of my head I can remember that would even consider such a thing. Right? Yeah. Because we have this, you know, we're in America and everybody wants to get it out the mud and get. I'm like, bro, you know how much easier it is to do something and finance things when there's 4 people and 4 salaries and 4 responsible adults, and you're like, when you have more eyes on.
Important.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow a family on Instagram. I can't remember their name, but they live on a family compound, and they do the hilarious stuff. They was like, oh, when you live on a family compound, if you're out of butter, it's no problem. You just go to your parents' house, and they hop in those little 4-wheeler things, and they drive.
I would love that.
Yeah, they drive. I need space, though. Like, y'all got to be at least a quarter mile from me.
Yeah, oh, no. You definitely have space away from each other, but that's exactly what I want. Everybody got little go-karts or 4-wheelers.
Yep.
And you just drive, and then it makes things so easy. It's like, I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, and it can be done. I will put you on my list. I would love to do that. I don't know where yet either, because one, more than likely you're going to be secluded to get that amount of land. Because I mean, you're going to need, I don't know how much you're going to need depending on how big you want the house.
Acres.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't take too much, maybe 20. You probably do it on 20. But you know, the infrastructure and all that stuff. But also just being mindful of how far you are away from your necessities, like hospitals. And stuff like that. So definitely we'll have to get some survival books because you want to be able to handle basic medical emergencies if it's going to take an ambulance or something like that an hour to get to you, an hour and a half, because typically those things just aren't close to those type of things. But you know, you may get lucky. But I would love I'd love to do that in Georgia somewhere because, you know, in my research and moving to Atlanta, I realized Georgia is like, everything is in the Atlanta area. Yes. Like everything's in the Atlanta area. Like when you start really looking around Georgia, like a large chunk of the state just really isn't populated because the way it's set up, just very marshy and stuff like that. So I'm like, interesting. But yeah, that compound living that would be so dope, man. The level of peace, the level of comfort, security. Yeah, I think that would be dope. And then just being able to balance things financially with everyone. I think that'd be really cool. I'm not touching the farm animals. I'll help with the garden. Get the animals away from me.
Just feeding. It's like take them out, wake up early morning, get on your little 4-wheeler, get your little feeder.
Man, I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start looking into that. And talk to my cousin about it. He brought it up during COVID. He was the first one to bring it up. He was like, you know, when emergencies happen, he was like, our family doesn't have anywhere to go. Like, we don't have a meetup spot. We don't have like a big family house. Like, we all have our individual spaces, but we don't have like a family thing. And I'm like, we could do it, but people got to be unselfish. Like, there's going to be, you have to trade off parts of your personal life to put in with the collective. Like there's just going to be things you're not going to be able to do immediately because you're pouring into that, because that is a longer term goal. And the other beautiful thing is, Ericca, to your point, is it belongs to the family. So now it
passes down.
Yep. You're passing down the land, you're passing down property, you're passing down an entire community and ecosystem within your family. But you know, got to have the mindset for it. You got to have the mind state for it. And you got to be selfless. That's the other thing. Like you can't just be thinking about yourself. And that's something I've gotten out of too, man, is like, I think about what I want to do for myself, but like I have life insurance policies with people's names on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just thinking about me. Like I'm like, well, hell, when I leave here, you know, I got stuff, but I'm like, there's an opportunity for me to make a little personal sacrifice to ensure that, God forbid, something happened to me before anybody else. Hey, here's $500,000 for y'all to split. Go do something great. And it only cost me such and such a month, but it helps set up somebody else to be successful when I'm gone. So, dang, now you're going to have me researching land and family compounds.
Yeah. Like, I think about it all the time, and I'm like, it's not uncommon. Like, I think of also, like, celebrities in that sense where, yes, they have, like, this, like, big mansion and everything. But 9 times out of 10... there's a section of the house that is for the in-laws, section for the house that's for their kids. That's why I'm like, I feel like it's like, that's not uncommon. I was like, and one, that, and two, it's like your grandparents, everybody's getting, like, they get older. And I'm like, you want to have eyes on them. You want to be able to see them. You don't want them to be so far away. Also, like, you think of, like, your grandparents, like, if they want to, like, downsize, they want to get rid of their house and stuff like that. It's like, who's going to take care of the house? No one's going to take care of the house. They might just end up selling it because it's old. It costs more to try to renovate it, do all of that type of stuff, where it's like, okay, now the in-laws are here. It's like, give them their own little bungalow, like a little rambler. So, and it just had it passed down. Like, oh my gosh, it makes things so much simpler. It really does.
Yeah, because here's the other thing, right? This is why, again, we talk about exposure a lot on here. This is why exposure is important. People feel like they physically need to be in certain places sometimes because, I need to be here because it's close. But it's like, dog, when you do the other things and you build your life up and you really get your money right, you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. You can get to that place in an hour or two on a plane and stay there for a week or two. You don't have to live there. And that's the other thing people got to think about. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to live there. I'm like, well, where do you want to live? And how often, what are you looking for to get out of this place? Well, if you live on the compound, you can leave anytime you want. I mean, you're not a captive. You can leave anytime you want and go wherever you want and then come back. But also, who says you can't have a second home?
Exactly.
Like that's how we have to think outside of the box. So yeah, you got me hyped and excited. I'm definitely gonna be doing some research. Now I'm gonna find someone who lives on the family compound and have them as a guest to talk about compound living.
Because
be dope.
I think about that, like I think about in the future, if I get married and have kids, I know for a fact, no matter where I move, I am keeping the fact that my parents need a place, no matter what, because my mom, she's gonna want to be around me if I have kids, and I'm just like, because she's adamant about no daycare, like no, like she
Aw.
wants to take care of the
That's
kids.
love. That's love.
Yeah.
Listen, we might
Yeah.
need to talk about running the daycare. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Have you seen daycare prices?
Yeah, I've seen, and she paid crazy, ridiculous prices back when I was a baby because she only stayed with me for a month, basically, and she had to go back to work. So she had to pay infant prices. She had to pay for my brother, and then she had to pay for my other brother. So she was paying a good over $1,000 in daycare, basically for us. And then she had to pay for it because she worked in Tyson's at the time. Then she had to pay for extended daycare because of the traffic trying to come back in the evening to get to us.
Wow.
And she won that too. She didn't like how the daycare workers, they locked me out the building one time. They lost me.
What?
Yeah, she hated daycare because of how they had treated me, how they had treated my brothers. Like she witnessed them pick me up by my arm one time when I was a baby, and she like her heart dropped because baby bones, everything's fragile. You don't pick a baby up by their arm if their arm can come out the socket. Or their shoulder and stuff like that. They had left me on the playground and I was locked outside the building, and they told my dad when he came to pick me up that she only picked me up. So she hates daycares and how they treat kids, and that's why she was very adamant. She was like, no, she was like, I'm a teacher, no, they will be with me no matter what until they go into school and stuff. So I'm like, it'd be easier on the compound. It's like, okay, run along, go to your grandma's house and everything. But yeah, I was like, when you think about it, it's like, you want to keep your parents and like your grandparents like close wherever you move or have a room for them. And I'm just like, it'd just be easier if we're all in the same place.
It would. And see, the other thing that you have, and again, back to, that's why I say family and friends, y'all have strong relationships.
Yeah.
Like if you living on a compound with someone, like you definitely want to be able to trust them and know that they're going to do the right thing and not be doing all this foolishness stuff like people do. I mean, friends and family do it, but that's why I say extended, because we all got aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters, and the relationships are varying. And some of them people you like, yo, I would love to live near you and visit you and hang out. And some of you like, man, you'll get on my nerves. Like, ain't no way. So you got to be selective. But typically the people who get on your nerves probably not gonna buy into it anyway, and probably not gonna do what they need to do to get to it anyway. But that's on them. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that's all I got.
All right, message to the brothers.
The brothers.
I thought of this just now.
What?
All my brothers out there, I thought of this just now. Everyone can take this advice, because this happened to me, and I don't like saying it out loud, but it's true. Don't let failure kill your big ideas or your big dreams. I have tried a lot of things in my life, and I've failed a lot of times. And failure just causes you to doubt yourself. It causes financial setbacks. It causes mental setbacks, stress. And, there's like this, there's like a lingering question of, am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing this? But also what it does is it pushes you back towards comfort zones. And you know, obviously my situation is a little different now. I had to I had to retreat to a comfort zone to like rebuild my foundation. But I feel like it took longer for me to believe big ideas again and to really dive back into it. I'm there now, especially now that I'm closer to a much loftier goal, which is home ownership. But it did kill some ambition, man, because it's like, man, it is expensive to fail. Like, it's expensive to fail. But the beautiful thing about failure is you can pull a lot of lessons and experiences. So now I move much smarter. Like, I don't just do anything. Anybody who tries to get me to do anything knee-jerk, quickly, immediately, you make it seem like, oh, you got to do this now. This is the last time. No. Like, immediately get away from me because, one, technology is always emerging and doing something new. Prime example. One of the biggest issues I've had is what we talked about, like not living near your friends. And you're not always having someone close to you that shares your common interests, because I want to go to Comic-Con conventions and podcast conventions. I was just on Instagram. It's coming to Kickstarter. Someone's coming out with a mobile gimbal. So it has 3 legs. It looks like a tripod, but you can mount your phone on it. It has AI tracking and it will follow you. Kind of like those, you ever seen the suitcase that follows people in the airport? It basically does that. So now it eliminates the need. I mean, and shout out to not love cameramen. I'm not saying get rid of all your cameramen. But if you can't afford a cameraman, or, you know, you just do mostly odds and ends, stuff like that, that is a huge help, because you can go do whatever you want and your filming is taken care of because you don't need the other person there. And stuff like that didn't exist. But like when you see stuff like that, I was like, there's always going to be a new way. Sometimes you just have to be patient. Sometimes you have to be creative. So when people try to make it seem like, oh, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. No, this is just this may be a unique opportunity, but something else typically comes along. You have to know what's for you. But I say that to say, you know, and I've been talking about this the last few podcasts, man. Like, don't be afraid to get out there and try something big and bold. And if you can, collaborate helps eliminate some of the risk, and you know, y'all share in the failure. It doesn't hurt as bad, it doesn't hit as hard, but don't let failure just completely scare you away. Like, claw your way back. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, the most bold and ambitious thing I've been doing is just the podcast, and you know, trying to push this forward, and I've been taking baby steps. But also I'm doing more collaborative stuff. Like, I don't mind someone else running and leading and they say, hey, I need you to take care of this part. That's cool. I'm gaining experience and I'm doing something that I love to do. And in the future, that could lead to a bigger role within someone else's organization or a partnership or something like that. But, you wouldn't be able to do it if you just get stuck in that comfort zone and say, well, this works, this is comfortable, this is safe. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that, but if you are a dreamer and you're finding yourself stuck or you're finding yourself scared or afraid, like, I'm here to tell you, you're going to fail. But the thing, again, is to pull those lessons from that failure. And then when you get back out there to try it again, tap into those lessons and say, last time I was at this juncture, such and such happened. Maybe I should approach it like this. And I would say the biggest thing and the scariest thing to do is just be transparent and honest. Like, I know I can tell the difference between someone who's trying to be helpful and really in it to help put me on versus someone who's trying to take advantage. Like, I let people know, look, I have zero experience with this. I don't know this. This is what I'm looking to get from this relationship. I want it to be mutually beneficial, but I'm just letting you know, like, I'm willing to set a realistic expectation so you know what to expect from me, so that you know whether or not you even want to take this on, because this is your time, this is your effort, this is your energy, this is your money. So being transparent really lets people know, like, where to place you and how to handle things. So I'm gonna stop that right there. And we're gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. That is another episode of From My Experience podcast. Ericca, man, you got me thinking about compounds.
Yeah. Like, ever since my mom talked about my grandma, my brother, I was like, hey. At first, I was like, you know, y'all gonna get on my nerves. But now, as I'm getting older, I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all was cooking with something. So let's pull some money together. But yeah.
And hell, I mean, this is me too. Like, when I say think bigger and bolder, I wouldn't mind doing it with friends, family, or someone else's family, because you're probably going to have a friend with 3 or 4 family members who's down. You'll probably be someone who has 3 or 4 or more family members
Yeah.
down. Like, let's all combine and do this together. Like, we don't have to do it alone, and it doesn't have to be this enclosed bubble. And I say that just because the truth of the matter and the fact of the matter is we all know you can't always get your whole family to do things. You see it in movies and TV shows all the
Yeah.
time. Parents build these huge corporate empires, and none of the kids want to take over the business. None of the kids,
Yeah.
you know, or the kids are doing crazy things. And it's like, dude, I can't hand you this business. And they're like, oh, what do I do? And then the kids get mad when you give it to somebody else. But it's like, you ain't do what you're
Give it
supposed to
to
do.
me.
Right, exactly. So I'm not afraid to open the doors for opportunities
Yeah.
like that, because at the end of the day, if you have someone with a common mindset and a common goal, let's get it done regardless of quote unquote family ties. Like, you would love to do it with your family because it's quote unquote in the family, but
Family doesn't always mean blood.
and with that, I'm gonna leave it on that. And until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially. We'll catch y'all. Peace.
Bye-bye.